Eddie Murphy, welcome back. Welcome.
He's in the building.
They love you. Welcome back to New York City. You were born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn.
That's right. Raised in Long Island. You got SNL when you were 19. But you actually have told the story about when your comedy career first took off. You were at a local, it was a talent show or something in Long Island. And do you remember doing that?
The date was July 9th, 1976, and the first thing I did when I got on stage was I did an impression. I sang "Let's Stay Together" like Al Green.
Oh, really?
And I had on a beige suit and a green tie, because of Al Green. And I turned it out.
You did, yeah. And you felt it right there. You go, I got this. This is my...
No, I heard a girl in the audience, after I sang the first line, I heard this girl named Libby go, "Woo!" And
that was it.
That's what I've been in show business ever since.
That's all you want is a woo. That's all you want. Yeah. You've met some. You're getting a couple woos right now. Right? I was thinking it'd be fun to maybe show you some photos of you with some legends, and you tell me if you got a story behind. This one is great. You and James Brown. Also, Jesse Jackson.
Hey, come on now.
Look at that. Come on.
No.
Look at Hal, too. What do you remember about James Brown?
There's a lot more going on in that picture than James Brown.
There is. Where was it?
Look at Al Sharpton.
Look at Al, man.
And Jesse Jackson. Yeah. And look at my hair.
You looking good.
I think I might have had a little, back then, I think I might have had a little tiny little, you can't see it, a ponytail. I might have had a little tiny little rat ponytail.
Yeah. You did that?
Just for a nanosecond. When Prince came out, everybody went crazy. Everybody started, putting ponytails in and wearing all kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That was a Prince influence.
Yes, that was a Prince influence. But did James like a hot tub, celebrity hot tub, when you did it on SNL?
Yeah, when I met James Brown, I had met him before. I did a movie, and James Brown was in the movie. And he came up to me afterwards, and he was like, "You should do my life story." Wow. And I was like, wow. He said, "But James, wouldn't people be laughing?" He said, "They ain't gonna laugh if you do it serious. People gonna know that you're serious." He said, "They ain't gonna laugh."
Wow.
Yeah. Then he told me, he said, "You got some nice big arms there." His daughter was standing next. He said, "You got big arms." He said, "Don't you got big arms?" Then he told me, he said, I know you married, but my daughter's available."
You could have.
And then I laughed, and he said, "I'm serious."
Well. Could have been.
So he must have liked the impression.
Yeah, he liked the
impression.
Yeah,
he said, "Do my life story. Have my daughter."
Take my daughter. Yeah, exactly. He really liked the impression. Yeah. Here's you getting the Mark Twain Award from President Obama.
Yeah. In the Oval Office.
I mean, was that the first time you met the president?
Yeah, that was the first time I went to the White House and all of that. I was in the Oval Office, and they gave me a trophy. Look at my face. I'm all fanning out. I'm all happy and gritty.
What did he say to you? Do you remember what he said?
You know what he said to me? It's a picture when we're standing face to face, and he asked me, it was like, "So what kind of rinse are you using in your hair?" Because my hair was black. And I was like, what?
What kind of rinse?
What kind of rinse are you using? And I said, "I don't use any rinse." And his hair is salt and pepper, so he was like,
what kind of rinse?
He was like, "Wait a minute." And I said, "Well, actually, Mr. President, you're actually, I'm actually 3 months older than you. You're like born in August." And he said, "That's not making me feel any better." That's another great picture I wish I had.
I'm giving you all of these on the way out.
Who did he just fight? He had just leaned into my ear and he said, "That guy hits like a mule."
Yeah, I'd be afraid. I would be afraid, right?
Yeah, he had just knocked the guy out, but he said he hit like a mule.
Speaking of number one, Beverly Hills Cop comes out, and it was the number one movie for 14 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
When you're doing that movie, do you go, "Oh, this is gonna be a hit"? I feel it.
No. In fact, nobody knew, and the movie was kind of doing this new thing, so nobody knew till it came out. When we finished the movie, the script woman on the show, she wanted to take an alias. She took an alias. She didn't want to get a screen credit. It was like, I don't want anybody to know I had anything with this.
Is that
movie.
right? She
Yeah,
didn't want her name
was
attached to the movie.
Yeah, so nobody knew. Then the movie came out. Because Beverly Hills Cop, before Beverly Hills Cop, there were the action comedy. There was no, it was either action or a comedy, It wasn't, they didn't mix the two. And Beverly Hills Cop is kind of like the first action movie with cops and all that stuff, where the action is serious and the bad guys are serious, but then really funny stuff happens. So it kind of was like the beginning of this genre.
How do we set up what's happening in this new Beverly Hills Cop?
I don't know. Were you going to show a clip?
Yeah. That would help. The clip will help.
Here's Eddie Beverly Cop. Take a look. I don't know what clip y'all gonna show.
I don't know either. We have no idea. What do you think the clip would be? I think it's you holding the gun.
I'm sure it'd be something where I'm being funny, I hope.
If you want to see Eddie Murphy be funny, watch this movie, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Here's a clip.
Yeah.
Put your hands in the air.
Now you show up. Where was you when I was getting shot
I
at?
said hands.
I'm a Detroit police officer. My name is Axel Foley. My badge is in my pocket.
Don't reach for it.
I've been a cop for 30 years. I've been black a whole lot longer. Trust me, I know better. You know, this is very embarrassing.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before your little joyride back there.
Seriously, this is your squad car? You know, part of me rather get locked up for resisting arrest than get put in this little Fisher-Price looking mother all rolled around. Y'all are the Lego cops.
Come on! That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it.
That's my daughter. That's arresting me. That's my daughter, Bria.
That's right. She's in the movie. Ah, Bria, great job. Gorgeous, by the way.
And her husband is in the movie as well. There's another scene where I get arrested and her husband tases me in the neck.
Oh my God.
My son.
Kind of like that scene too much, right? Yeah, you go. I just love that you're rocking the jacket. I mean, you're wearing the Detroit jacket. You brought one here. This is what I'm talking about. This is the jacket right here.
They were like, Axel still has on the jacket. I was like, really? He has on the same jacket from 40 years ago?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it's part of Axel's whole look. It's like, I guess it's like Indiana Jones's hat, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you brought some time for the Roots, which I'm psyched. It was very nice of you to do that.
Yeah.
But that's not all. You actually brought jackets for the entire audience. Everyone is going home with the special edition Beverly Hills Cop jacket. That's how you do it. Eddie Murphy right there, the best. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F begins streaming on Netflix July 3rd. We'll be right back with more Tonight Show, everybody. Hey, hey.